Hi Joe, how are you?
Hey Steph, yeah, I'm doing very well, thank you. Enjoying the weather, enjoying the lovely weather.
Yes. It is beautiful, isn't it, today?
It is, yeah, it's gorgeous. And I think, it's times like this is actually, it's quite a nice thing to be working from home.
It's so much nicer than kind of working in an office, I guess, especially in this sort of weather. A lot of our students do work in offices, and they obviously in lessons they often talk about their work. There seem to be a couple of differences between the way we kind of handle workplace communication here in the UK in comparison to Korea. Is there anything that you have noticed?
Well, I have one student who's mentioned before that they have colleagues that are not pulling their weight, for example, and they feel like they have to pick up the slack a little bit, and they don't know how to address that to their boss. So here I would say there's a good culture of being able to address things often. I think it's been encouraged more recently in offices to be able to communicate as often and as clearly as possible.
You're right. Probably more these days, now that communication and society are becoming a little bit more open, that we are encouraged to voice our opinion to management. So if we're unhappy with something in the workplace, or if we're having problems with someone, I would say that it's kind of encouraged to kind of say something about it rather than bottling it up.
Yeah, I mean, so where we were working before was like an office sort of sharing space, I suppose, with Britsen, and you pick these things up, like these like water cooler conversations, things where people are having a break, getting a coffee, and gossiping, I suppose.
Yeah, and you could also call someone an office gossip, right? Somebody who actually loves to gossip all the time could be known as an office gossip, I guess.
They would always be in the know. They'd be the ones to go to because they have their ear to the ground.
That's one of the stereotypes, I guess, in an office type workplace. So you've got the office gossip. You've got maybe the newbie, so somebody who is new to the job, I suppose.
Learning the ropes, I suppose, yeah.
And maybe, I don't know if this is an office type stereotype, but basically somebody who likes to work like a lot. Could be a workaholic, someone who kind of does all the overtime and stuff like that, I suppose.
People who live to work and they don't work to live.
Yeah, that's right. So
we've mentioned a couple of bits of vocabulary, a few expressions, and that would be very typical in the workplace, right?
Yeah.
What were some of them?
Okay, so one of them was to voice your opinion, which basically means that you feel that you're able to express how you feel openly to whoever it is. And the opposite expression might be to bottle things up. What would you say that means?
I think, so to bottle things up in general, we would say is not a good thing to try to keep everything calm and quiet before and not expressing yourself. We spoke about newbies, so new people who are joining a team, and learning the ropes is so when you're learning how everything works, when you're learning the things that you'll be doing, your position, the software, the technology that you'll be using, and how things work.
That's right. I think that idiom comes from sailing, because obviously when you sail a boat, there's loads of ropes that you need to learn how to use in order to sail. So if you imagine the ropes as all the different kind of tasks and systems that you need to learn when you start a new job, we use this expression, I need to learn the ropes, or I'm just learning the ropes.
There might be another one. I don't know if it's related to sailing or if it's related to climbing. There's definitely slack involved, but when somebody isn't doing as much work as they should be doing, and you need to do a little bit more work to make sure everything is working. You are picking up the slack. To pick up the slack means to work harder when somebody isn't working as much as they should be. Pulling,
that's a good one.
And pulling their weight as well. When somebody isn't pulling their weight, when somebody isn't doing as much as they should be doing, so they are not pulling their weight, you need to pick up the slack. You need to do extra to make sure the work is being done.
And a last one that we said that perhaps our listeners already knew was workaholic, where you can use holic at the end to mean that somebody does this thing a lot. So like shopaholic, chocoholic, alcoholic. But you can also say workaholic. Somebody who works too much, basically, or is addicted to their work. Well, I think that's all for today. Thanks for listening, guys.
Well, Steph, have a fantastic rest of the week, a fantastic weekend. And I'll see you on the other side.